Hello, everyone. Hey, I'm a little early, so don't fret. I'm not going to get started yet. I want to make sure you can hear because I'm using my microphone, and I want to make sure you're able to hear me. Let me see. I may have to switch back. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. All right. I'm just going to start getting the decks ready. See what I want to pull from first. And then I'm just going to wait for somebody to join in and let me know if they can hear me with the mic, because I'm not using the computer mic. So I may have to go back and edit. I just saw 222. Get started here in just a second. Oh, okay. I see the mic is working. Hopefully you can pick up my voice. Yes. Yep. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started and people can jump on. If you are watching tonight, would you let me know where you're from? So you can use country or state. I'm from Northwest Florida, and I am not in the path of the hurricane, so we've dodged it twice. We are very blessed and grateful. So I just want to see where everybody's from. And we're going to get started. I'm going to start talking about this Jupiter retrograde that begins tomorrow and what it might mean for you. So I posted a video on Jupiter retrograde, and it was all about it's going to feel as though there's a refinement process going on. It's like there's a withdrawal to kind of step back and take a look at what's going on and then refine, what's working, kind of make things more efficient. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and it's going to go in retrograde. So you're going to feel like a little contraction, but it's basically just kind of pulling back some of the energy and being able to reanalyze. Is this working? What part of this is not really effective for me? So you're going to kind of feel like you're going through this picking apart some of the things that you've experienced and then being able to reassemble it so it's going to work better for you. And so this is going to be about communication as well, because Mercury's involved here. And it is where we're going to be more succinct. We're going to give more clarity. We're going to say more but talk less. So really, you're just going to get to the point of it, kind of like give me the Cliff Notes version or the bulleted version. No fluff, no word salad. Just tell me the truth. And you're also going to be refining your truth. You're going to be filtering and reanalyzing some of the information that you've taken in this, I would say, the last couple of months. And you're going to start saying, this fits, this doesn't, this seems to resonate, this doesn't really kind of combine well with the truth. And then that's going to help you come into clarity about what you truly believe. And that's a really nice refinement. And then it's also going to lead to some really productive conversations. So we're going to take what we've learned and we're going to use that to move forward. We're going to have some cleansing conversations, so kind of clearing the air. And this is really good because Pluto is going to come out of retrograde in 2 days after Jupiter goes into retrograde, but it's going to be coming out of retrograde in Capricorn. So this is the last tail end of Pluto in Capricorn. And this is like we're wrapping everything up. So now that we have this review process, this reanalysis process going on, we're going to see what are we going to wrap up and close out? And then what are we going to take into the new energy when Pluto goes into Aquarius? So, just kind of be feeling the energy of how something's going to fit and something's not. And you probably have been going through that for a couple of months. And we've talked about that in the reading. Whatever is not balanced is probably closing out for a lot of people. I know a lot of relationships are closing. A lot of people are transitioning at this time. I know a lot of people are closing out their physical life here. And pets, I've had a lot of people that I know lose their pets all within about 2 weeks. And so it feels as though there's some, closing out of the end of cycles. So this is going to be, what are we going to reanalyze? What are we going to make more efficient? What's going to be positive in moving forward? Now, the other thing you need to know about this Jupiter retrograde energy is, and the Pluto coming out of retrograde in that period, those couple of days, what you plant is what you're going to reap. So what you sow is going to be what you reap. So if you plant positive and you take this refinement process over the next 4 months and you start to really, and I don't want to say hyper analyze, but subtly analyze, this is, I need to try a different way of approaching this, maybe a different way of approaching relationships or restoring balance in your life. But all of those are features of this. I feel like it's going to be a healing time because we're definitely going to come into some intensification, and it's going to be really refining our efforts to have the ability to work more efficiently toward the things that we want to manifest, our goals, and also about our truth. We're going to come to these conclusions, and that's kind of the energy that I'm getting is we're going to be drawing some conclusions from this reanalysis that we're going to conduct over the next 4 months. And then we're going to use those conclusions as the stepping stones to move forward. A couple of things you need to think about is communicate clearly with yourself. That means, be honest with yourself. Don't fluff the truth. Just, this is the way it is and I can accept. Be honest with others. You can speak your truth. You don't have to sugarcoat, but you can be diplomatic. I'm not a diplomat, but you can be diplomatic, but you can approach it from a positive perspective and want to share information to help and to benefit others. but you don't want to overshare. Be succinct and don't leave communication open to misinterpretation. You don't want misunderstandings to kind of cloud or pollute this energy for you. So, a couple of other things, your social media. When you're posting something on social media, make it with pure intention. Don't make it so that there's this subtle jab at somebody. If you have something to say to somebody, just say it. Just have a courageous conversation and say, I'm really kind of still, that little situation that we had stings a little bit. And I really would like to clear the air and have that conversation, communicate clearly, and then bring and restore balance back to that relationship or situation. And that's really important, but don't use your social media as kind of a subtle way um, of solving that. Make sure your social media is positive and uplifting. You may want to scroll through some of your old posts and maybe take some of those things that might have that edge to them off. Protect your data. This is a time that your data could be compromised. Make sure that you have strong passwords. Maybe download back up your data if you know how to download your social media accounts. That's helpful. Your banking information, really important to go ahead and back up that. Maybe screenshot your accounts just to make sure. Make sure your passwords are secure. And that you have your passwords stored in a secure location. Okay, self-moderate. Lean toward keeping things simple and basic. Remember, what you sow will be what you reap. So we're kind of simplifying and streamlining. So what we don't want is to add complexity to this time, to this energy, and avoid overstimulation. Don't bombard yourself with activities, things to do. This is one of those times that we rest, restore, reanalyze, review, and look at some of the things that have expanded or grown over this Jupiter direct, and then look at what really wasn't efficient and see if we can tweak it to make it more efficient when Jupiter goes back direct, so that we can really maximize the growth and expansion. Be adaptable. After we get through, I think, the first part of 2025, Jupiter, Mars, and Uranus will all be in retrograde at the beginning. And so things after those planets go direct, I think that's going to be somewhere in February, then you're going to start to feel the energy speed up. And that's why this streamlining is so important right now, making things more efficient, because as the energy speeds up, we want to be able to keep up. So be adaptable. And there's going to be, okay, so this is really important. This is a timeline shift. And so the way my guides have shown me, it's like a relay race where there's a baton. And I described this in the video, but the old timeline is kind of handing the baton, and the new timeline is overlapping and it's grabbing the baton. At one point, there is each relay participant has their hand on the baton for the transition, but then the one lets go. So that's kind of what's going on with the timeline. This old timeline is kind of coming in, and then we've got this new timeline kind of coming overlay the top. At some point, they're going to be overlapped, and then all of a sudden, this old timeline is just going to fall away, and you're just going to be like, it's just like a step up to the new timeline. So it's a little bit of timeline surfing. So you're going to feel a bit of a shift, and you'll then all of a sudden feel it click into place. And that's going to feel good. It's going to feel very fulfilling. Okay, let's see. So the top things: refine how you do things, work smarter, not harder. So make yourself more efficient. Don't spin your wheels. Focus on and keep focused. That's going to really streamline your efforts. Say more, talk less. Don't overshare, clear the air, focus on balance in relationships. Draw some conclusions, especially when it comes to your truth. Your authenticity will shine through. Self-moderate. Be in alignment with this truth. That's going to make things feel very positive and streamlined. And then when you go forward, when that timeline shifts in, then you'll be able to maintain the momentum and be adaptable. Changes you may see, you're going to see some less ambiguity and more clarification. You're going to see more streamlined efforts, more salient features will be in focus. So you'll really be able to focus on the things that are important because you've gone through this refination process. There will be less awkwardness and more individuality. Some of the cards and the energies that we're going to see in the tarot, I think over the next 4 months, we're going to see a lot of is the Gemini, the Lover's card with Gemini energy, the Wheel of Fortune card with Jupiterian energy, the Justice card with Libra energy, the Temperance card with Sag that came out in a reading today, and the Moon card, which is Jupiterian energy as well. So we're going to go ahead and start with some tarot and some oracle cards. I've got a lot of decks out, so if you have a question, go ahead and post it in the comments. I got my good glasses on so I can read, and I'll be happy to answer some of your questions. And I have a shout out to Karen. I did get your email. I will get to your personal reading by the end of the week. So just to let you know, today I just taking some time off. You are strong beyond measure. This is stepping into your power. And when you step into your truth, you're stepping into your power. If you're watching, if you would be so kind as to post where you're watching from. Very interesting to see where everybody's from. And remember to post your questions. Valiant courage takes action with passion. So when you have this new timeline, when Jupiter comes out of retrograde, this is when you're going to really start to be very focused, streamlined, efficient, and you're gonna see the results a lot faster. Oh, hi, from South Africa. Amazing. Well, welcome. I am in Northwest Florida, and fortunately not having to deal with, I did not have to deal with Hurricane Helene, and I'm out of the path of Milton, but keeping my fingers crossed and saying a lot of prayers and sending positive energy to those that are in the path. Hope everybody is safe. Okay, so we have in the flow, smooth sailing. Is it Jelly? Do you have a question? Is there something I can pull cards for? So this is really kind of like the whole, everything I just said about the Jupiterian energy with this Jupiter in retrograde. You're going to be stepping into your truth and your power. You're going to be refining the way you do things, creating new approaches to streamline some of the ways that you are trying to manifest or Thank you. Just be good. Oh, thanks. And then you're going to be in that flow because there's going to be less resistance because you're reviewing and reanalyzing what hasn't worked. So you're just kind of putting that, taking those ineffective strategies and approaches, putting them off to the side and really focusing on the strategies and opportunities that are really going to serve you in a positive way. And I mean, retrogrades are usually not that positive in our perception, but this one is really positive because once Jupiter comes out of retrograde in February, things are going to pick up quickly. The new timeline is going to be installed, and you want to be able to maintain that momentum and keep up, because otherwise you're going to feel overwhelmed. But once you get these strategies in place and you refine your approaches in communication, relationships, work, once you do that, then you're going to feel like everything flows to you. It's so much easier. Oh, and on the 11th, Pluto comes out of retrograde. So that's going to be the transformation. It's kind of like we've been on this pause point of this transformation. And now when Pluto goes direct, it's going to be like resume. So you may feel like, hey, now I'm really, really facilitating my transformation. Okay, we have companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Might be some new relationships coming in. Energetic clearing. Making sure that there's the expansive, that's that Jupiterian energy. There's going to be a lot of growth come February. So if there's something you've been working on, hi Victoria, how are you? Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad the video helped. And that is, I posted a video today on Twin Flame, the stages of Twin Flames. If you are a Twin Flame, you might want to check out my Twin Flame video series. I'm trying to do a video every week. I got a little behind there, but I did video 3 today about the stages of Twin Flames. And this is from my experience and from what I have, the extensive research that I have done on Twin Flames to try and figure out, how the hell I ended up on this journey. But it really just kind of helps make sense of things. So I'm glad it helped you, Victoria. Thanks. So we're talking about this Jupiter going into going into retrograde, and then Pluto coming out of retrograde, and gratitude that came up in the reading today. So it's really a positive retrograde. And I think come February, and I believe it is February the 4th. 2025 is when Jupiter comes out of retrograde in Gemini. Things are going to speed up. Things are going to speed up. It's going to feel like the earth is spinning faster and time is going faster. So we want to be able to have these refined communication skills, relationship skills, work skills in order to be able to keep up with the momentum, because it's going to feel like life is just whizzing by and we don't want to get run over by it. Okay, anybody having questions? Whew. I feel like after Pluto goes direct, and that is in Capricorn, before it moves into Aquarius, I feel like there will be some new relationships coming in, because those are going to be supportive as we click in with this new timeline. I did pre-shuffle and cleanse everything. So anybody have any questions? And then we'll talk about, and right now, we have Venus in Scorpio trining Mars in Cancer. I did a video on that today. These are personal planets, both in detriment in water signs. And I think it's kind of, you got that divine feminine energy with Venus and the divine masculine energy with Mars. Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, both feeling, it's kind of like being in the feels. And then, but the message that I'm getting is they're not blaming each other for being there. It's like, okay, I'm not blaming divine feminine because I'm, struggling, or I'm going through this intense emotional experience, and the feminine's not blaming the masculine. It's kind of like, what can we do to uplift each other? How can we help each other? How can we be of service to each other? And, you help me, I'll help you. There's a kind of like a dovetailing collegiality is basically what my guides have been saying. But after this Jupiter goes direct, and then Pluto moves through those last degrees of Capricorn, we're going to be looking at really, truly manifesting, because we want to be in that high vibration and bring in this new timeline. And as it kind of clicks in, we'll be accelerating into the age of Aquarius when Pluto transitions into Aquarius, but I don't know exactly when that happens. Here we have the Queen of Swords. That's kind of the refinement process that we're going through right now, which is essential for us to really focus on the manifestation of the positive things that we want coming out of this Pluto and Capricorn, this transformation. What do you want your life to look like after the transformation? What is the outcome that you're looking for? Because that's where you want to focus, and you want to be able to look at all of the things that have not facilitated that coming into fruition. And if it's clumsy or you feel a resistance, that's something that probably needs to go. How can I smooth the relationship with my oldest daughter? I feel that everything I do irritates her. She doesn't like that I have been becoming more spiritual. Okay. I'll pull some cards on that. One of the things from the talk I just did about Jupiter is refining communication. Say more, talk less. Try and be very clear and succinct, not overshare, and kind of keep things in balance. It's really important to focus on balance. So let me pull some cards on that. I've got one more card here. We've got the Sun card. We've got the Ten of Cups. We've got the King and Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Cups. Perfect. All right, so we're talking about this Jupiter retrograde and then Pluto coming out of retrograde in 2 days. So we have this kind of like little retrograde. It's like the baton being passed. Jupiter's going in, Pluto's coming out. So it's like passing of the energetic torch or the energetic baton. And then this is going to click in a new timeline. But the clarity, the succinctness, the streamlined energy, the more efficient, all of that's going to have a lot of positive benefits. And then if you look at this card, you see how I said, if you saw the reading today about this Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, don't let the emotions build up. Just let them flow through you. That's in this flow. Just let the emotions flow. Don't kind of resist. If you feel like you're like bursting with joy, then allow yourself to burst with joy. But if you are feeling like you just need a good cry, or you just need to go out and yell into a pillow or something to just let the emotions come through, this is not a time to pin those emotions inside and keep them reserved. It's time to just kind of let them go. And I'm not saying on somebody, but you might want to just kind of let them flow out of you, so that as we go through this transition between Jupiter and Pluto, they don't get really intense, because Jupiter is going to intensify, but it's also going to feel like a contraction. So you may feel it's almost like you're collapsing in on yourself emotionally. You don't want that. So let it go. Just, if you need to do a meditation ceremony, walk, whatever, hot bath, hot shower, something, a good cry in the shower always helps. And if you can't cry, but you feel like you need to, watch a sad movie. So I really feel like this is going to have so many positive outcomes, but you need to navigate the energies right. So go back and listen to the list, and then keep your, just go back and look at that Jupiter reading that I did, and just kind of look at some of the suggestions that I made. That's going to help a whole lot as we go through this, because it's going to feel awkward at first. Okay, so Victoria, let me pull some cards for you. I always appreciate you being here. Put these back in. One of the things that we did talk about is how to bring balance to relationships. Whatever's not working, we're going to kind of put aside for a bit. So I think with your daughter, an important thing would be to focus on what works when you are communicating or having conversation. What's working? When is it that it feels like you're in the flow and that you have a balanced, harmonious energy? If you feel as though things start to get a little wonky and disruptive, then those are things that you don't want to continue right now. And that's the whole thing that we've been talking about with this Jupiter thing. It's a refining process. So if, let's say, you bring something up like, and this is just an example, like, I like Starbucks coffee, and your daughter may like coffee from another local coffee shop. And you're like, well, I want to go to Starbucks. And she's like, well, really don't like their coffee that much, or, whatever. If it comes into where there's some resistance, then go ahead and say, okay, well, let's compromise. This time we'll go to yours, and then next time we'll go to here, and we'll go to Starbucks. But don't keep pushing something that's not working, and don't keep trying a strategy that ends up being awkward. So if you feel like, you're perhaps oversharing, or perhaps if you know that she's uncomfortable with certain topics, those just are things that we're going to put on the back burner for right now, because it's really important that we kind of give this time to focus on what works. So let's say, for example, your daughter likes to go for a walk in a botanical garden. My guides are showing me. And you say, you know what, why don't we grab a coffee and go for a walk in the botanical garden? And then do something where you feel like you're both very in alignment with each other, because the more you can foster that, the easier I think it'll be. Yeah. It needs to be a give and take. This is Queen of Pentacles. And in this card, look, each person is kind of equal and opposite on opposite sides, and they're sharing. And I think this is interesting because it's almost like it's a reflection of you. She is almost like a reflection of you. And she may see herself in you, and you may see yourself in her. Then we have the six. Yeah, see, there's the Six of Swords. You want to bring that flow. You want to bring that kind of grace, that graceful energy between you. So what can you do to be able to really focus on that, to focus on what really flows between you? Something that you both like to do together. We have the Page of Inspiration. Maybe let her pick how she wants to approach things. Like, it's kind of like children. Don't tell them information unless they ask, because they ask when they're ready. Yes, she is because, Two of Emotions in the reverse. So there is some turbulence in the relationship. Again, you see these two women, but now they're kind of like one's upside down and the other is upright. And it's just a difference of perception. That's why, even though she's a reflection of you, she has a different perception. And that's part of that is because of the page. She's younger. She doesn't have a lot of the same wisdom. Here we have the Muse of Voices. Again, two women. I mean, the cards are pretty clear. And here they're facing away from each other. And that is, the voices are swords. So your words, the communication is creating distance. So where you need to refine in this Jupiter retrograde is look at how you're communicating with her and figure out when you communicate and you get a smooth, Six of Swords energy, and when do you communicate when it kind of divides you. And then just stick with the things that are creating flow right now. Once you refine the conversations, you'll get to a point where you can kind of clear the air. But I think there needs to be a little bit of stability in the communication first, is what I'm kind of feeling. Does that help? And I have the Empress in the reverse. And this card, it just, for me, just the initial reaction is that she's really growing. And it's supposed to be in the reverse, but I want you to see the card. It's like she's really growing, but she's not ready to show that. See how she's kind of got it covered up where you wouldn't be able to see her from, behind what's really going on with her. She's keeping that hidden from you. And there's a reason she's not really willing to share, because she's starting a refination process within herself too. So I got to put that in reverse. She's not really ready to make it known what she is really focusing on with herself. Then we have the Page of Materials. Yeah. She's really in the process of trying to figure out who she truly wants to be and how she's going to make that happen. How do I become the person I want to be? How do I find my truth? That's part of this Jupiterian energy. How do I refine my truth, become my authentic self, and be able to communicate that? Yeah, 5 of Emotions. That's kind of that, there's some regret energy there, some disappointment. But part of that is the learning process. And then here we have the Strength energy. That's Leo energy. She's trying to find her inner strength, and that will come from when she refines her truth. Because we have the Empress and we have the Strength energy. The Empress being that Venus energy. Remember, the Venus now is in, let's see, Venus is in Scorpio. So, and that's why this is in reverse. She's going through trying to refine who she is. Does that help? My goodness. I hope everybody is doing well. I've been doing a lot. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, absolutely. And be patient with that. It's a hard process to kind of excavate your authentic self and have the courage to be able to communicate that. She's just not ready to reveal that right now. And that may be causing her some turbulence, because I think she wants to be able to share with you what she's learning about herself, but I think she's afraid you won't understand. That's what my guides are sharing with me. Does that make sense? Yes, that's part of the process. Yeah, she's what she's doing is she's trying something on, and then she's like, that's not in alignment. As she grows, what's not in alignment with her, she's like letting go of, and then working toward what feels more in alignment with who she is and what she wants to become. And so it's a refinement process, and that's over the next 4 months. I think you're going to see a lot of growth in that. I think between now and February, you're going to see a lot. Let me see. I'm going to pull another oracle deck. I want to hear from the mermaids. what the mermaids have to say. So for somebody out there, I just saw a deep dive. Yeah. I love mermaids. Ask for help. So if you are, struggling with this refinement process, or you need clarity in order to, gain that definition, it's like, I just don't know how, I keep trying this and it doesn't feel like it's working, but I don't know what else to try. Maybe ask for some help. Maybe find somebody like as a mentor in that specific outcome that you're looking to attain, and then ask for help, because I think that's going to help you streamline what's working and what's going to be effective and what's not, especially if it's something you haven't done before. Oh, there's the truth card. Absolutely. And this is part of the Jupiterian refining your truth, finding what your truth is. How does it fit? And you cannot really manifest effectively from a place that is not your truth. So refining your truth and kind of dovetailing that with your authentic self. Hi, is it Karen? Oh, yes, absolutely. Just ask a question and then hope. And I told you the outcomes here are going to be really positive. This is going to be a little bit awkward. I'm not going to say uncomfortable. It's going to be awkward. But as you go through the process and the new timeline clicks in, then it's going to feel good. But the transition between the old timeline and the new timeline, that's going to feel awkward. And that's okay. Okay? What's coming for me, my love life in October? Okay, I can do that. What's coming for your love life? Let me see. I'm going to put this deck aside. Let's pull from... I don't know that I want that one. I'm going to pull from the Zen Out Journey. What's coming in for you for your love life? Can you tell me where you're from? I'm just interested to see where everybody's from. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Well, hello from Florida. Welcome. All the way from India. So thank you so much for watching. All right. So what's coming in October for your love life? Okay. I have 4 of Wands. That's a good thing. Do you resonate with the twin flame journey? Do you feel like you are a twin flame? 4 of Wands to me is one of the indicators of a twin flame card, the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy, possibly an earth sign. And that feels like, okay, confused whether twin flame or soulmate. Let's find out. Page of Swords. I think you're going to get clarity on that. Right now, let's see. 2 of Pentacles. Something about striving for balance. Let me get all the cards out and then we'll see. And may pull from the Lover's Oracle and see the Moon. Definitely divine feminine energy. ruled by Jupiter, so that's going to be significant. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got 4 on either end. We've got some earth energy here, water energy here, Piscean and Jupiter energy. So could be either one of those signs. I feel like something good is definitely, and okay, I'm just going to say this. What's the first impression you get with that card? I mean, first thing that I saw was a ring, and I don't want to project, but we have these 2 cards here. The Four of Wands is like a celebration, but it's also to me a twin flame indicator. But there's a bit of fear here, some resistance. But it feels like there is some sort of challenge here with this Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles for me is a struggling and juggling energy, like you're trying to achieve some sort of balance. Let me get the Lovers. And then I'll pull something from Twin Flames too. We'll see. But it feels like there's some resistance because there's a struggling energy. There's, and I'm getting the word from my guides, lopsided. And I think clarity is coming, because with this Page of Swords, to me, that's doing some research possibly. But usually it's a sign that there's some sort of clarity coming in. From whose side? I'm feeling his side. I'm feeling from your counterpart side. I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling, because I don't sugarcoat anything, and I got to be straight up honest. I feel like there is a potential for some sort of proposal, and I don't see a time frame here, but there's some fear base there. So, and it feels like the fear is coming from the fact that there's something awkward in the energy, in the dynamic of the relationship. My guides are saying something about, are you more spiritually secure than they are? I mean, you feel more spiritually in alignment. And then, but we definitely have this Four of Wands card here. And the thing that really strikes me is that we have like this void circle here. And then we have the same thing depicted here. And they almost like they're going to fit together. And so this Four of Wands would be a celebration. Yeah. I'm getting, my guides are saying that you're more spiritually stable, I think, secure. And that might be something that makes them feel a little awkward. Maybe they have a different belief system. And especially with this Hierophant card here and the resistance of Four of Pentacles. Yeah, let's pull from the Lovers, and then I can pull some more tarot. This is interesting. I feel like they do a lot of watching you and maybe how you interact with your belief system. And maybe they're trying to learn. I'm not sure, but there's something awkward about that just feels like maybe that's what's kind of keeping things on edge. And maybe there's the balance issue there, is that it doesn't feel as though maybe you share the same belief system, and that is creating a little bit of awkwardness. Okay, this one kind of flew out. Okay. So the three cards that I got from the Lover's Oracle is acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. So is he stalking you? No, he's watching you for sure. Definitely keeping an eye on you. I have two cards indicating that he's kind of watching you, possibly from a distance, but I think he's watching you more to learn about how you are so secure spiritually in your belief system. That's what I think he's trying to learn. I don't know that he feels that way. But that's what I think this acceptance is that that's not something he's going to be able to change. Okay, long distance and no contact. I think he's still watching you. The Page of Swords is always a card of a watcher. And then I will get to your question in just a minute, Maria. Let me finish this up. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So that's kind of, I think that's what he may be experiencing right now, is maybe feeling some sort of pressure from somebody, I need to do this, as opposed to really doing what is his truth. Okay. And then criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other. So we've got two cards of loving and accepting as the way things are, and you're not going to be able to change each other. So if it's not something that you can live with, or something he can live with, it's not going to change, and you can't go into that relationship trying to change that. But it says if you love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So there's some sort of that resistance, is there's something about each other that you're wanting to change, or you don't find it's going to be copacetic in a relationship. And so there may be this push to try and change it. And that might be what this moon card is something that, the other person may not be aware of. And it's like, if you try and change it, it's just going to cause dissension. Does that help? Okay, yes. Motivating dose. Hi, is it Adia? Current feelings. So you want to know if, and I'm get to Maria. I've got to do. So you want to know if there's a reconciliation in your future. Obviously, this is somebody that you love and you're separated from, and you want to know how they feel about a possible reconciliation. Let's try another deck. I'm going to use the Light Seers. And this card stayed 8 of Wands. Let's see. Are you in contact with, is it Lilima? I'm sorry. I am terrible. Okay, we have the moon again. I told you we'd be seeing that moon card a lot in this Jupiterian energy. That moon is that Piscean energy. And this Jupiter is going to be, I think they're, because it's a contracting energy when it's in retrograde, probably you're going to be seeing some pulling away. And so no contact makes perfect sense. And you may see some, feel the energy being pulled back as they are going through the analysis process. And then we have the Magician. That's a Mercury, Virgo energy. We have the Knight of Wands. what I'm really feeling is that there's a lot of deep emotions that they don't know how to manage. I think they've been very impulsive in the past, maybe jumped in too fast or made some impulsive decisions that were not in aligned with the supporting the relationship. There are two major arcanas here. And in this card, look, they're like underwater. Like I think they're trying to figure things out, figure out their emotions, and look at how intent he is. And I feel like this, I don't know if this all happened very quickly, very suddenly. There just seems to be some really impulsivity. Hello, Cassandra. How are you? So as far as reconciliation, look, Seven of Cups, they're still trying to sort things out. I'm not getting a sense that they're ready really to talk about it, because they're still trying to figure things out. And I feel like there's an impulse that they want to reach out, but then they're like, but I don't even know what I'm going to say. I don't know anything. Seven of Pentacles too. So they're just taking their time. I just don't get a sense, oh my gosh, here's the Devil card and the Two of Wands. I mean, if you look at this, look at the masculines here. They're just in contemplative state. They're underwater with their emotions. They're trying to figure things out, especially if this is like a twin flame connection. You know, they're trying to figure out what the hell is happening to me. And then, you know, they get to a point where they're like just trying to sort through their emotions, trying to sort things out, look at their options. What am I supposed to do here? And I don't know. Am I getting, then we have this devil energy. I think that maybe, are they hiding behind some addiction? Do they have issues with some toxic behavior? It's more earth energy. This is, and I think kind of with that Pluto coming direct in Capricorn, I think there's something really holding them back. That's why this Two of Wands, where they're not really engaged in an active plan to reconcile. That's what I'm getting. Let's do bottom of the deck. There's Two of Pentacles. They're struggling and juggling. Absolutely. They're trying to sort it out, trying to make sense of what's going on with their connection and how they're feeling about you. But until they sort it out, they're not gonna move forward. Okay, let's see. I have is she stalking me? I didn't get that. No. Okay, let's see. Gotta go back up here. I missed somebody. Somebody had a question. Maria, should I move on from, or should I move on from? Oh, okay. So you have two people that you're trying to figure out which one that you need to kind of move on from. This is going to be a great time to go through that process of, you know, which is going to be the most beneficial for you, or what is going to be in alignment. But let's see. There's a Magician again. So that is an air sign. Queen of Wands. Maria, what sign are they? Six of Swords. Well, there's definitely some moving on. Definitely going to move on from somebody. Knight of Wands. So you have two people. What signs are they? What zodiac signs? And are you a fire sign by chance? Yeah, I can understand you're confused. I'm getting a lot of fire energy here. Feels like, and the sun card, Leo energy. Okay. I mean, I can't really tell you who to move on from. I mean, that's going to be something you're going to have to use this Jupiter and retrograde energy to kind of review and reanalyze each relationship. But you're definitely going to move on from one or both. I have somebody being a little more immature, possibly a younger one. But I have magician energy and the sun card here. So we have this, I think it's Virgo energy and Leo energy. But I feel like if you're Queen of Wands here, this is somebody you have a lot of passion for. There's a lot of passion here. But it feels like definitely need to be liberated from one of them. Mm-hmm. Well, I'd honestly tell you, if one of them's married, that's the one you need to leave behind. If they're already in a commitment, there's the moon. There's that Piscean energy. If they're in a commitment, they're not available. Okay, so one is younger. I'm getting a younger energy is going to be more liberating, but there's something here about the passion for the other one, possibly the married fella. There seems to be a lot of passion there, but oh my goodness. But I feel like the younger one is a little bit more liberated and available. So that's kind of what I got for you. Yeah. Let me pull one more because you got some major arcana here going on. The sun and the moon could be divine counterpart. Yeah, Four of Swords. Maybe this is a good time for this review. And can you call the name of move on from? I would say move on from, is it Sufyan? The married one is who you probably need to move on from. You need to kind of leave that behind because they're not available. They're not emotionally available. But this is a good time, this Jupiterian retrograde, for you to kind of withdraw some of that energy. Remember, retrograde for Jupiter is a contracting energy. Pull your energy back and sort it through for you. What's going to be best for you? Okay. Oh, my accent. I'm from the South, so in the United States, so I do have a bit of an accent. Okay, so is it Sufyan? That's the one you need to move on from, the one who's married. Okay. Now, let me go back to Cassandra. Okay, Cassandra, do you have a question? Let me see if I can go back. Any guidance with current reconciliation with a male where he is silent at the moment? I will check. Let's see. I'm going to use Lightseer's Tarot. So, Maria, did you get that? If it were me, I mean, from what the energy is saying, focus your efforts on the younger one after you take some time to yourself, and kind of sort it out and then make a decision. But I would say the younger one would be the person you want to spend your focus on, your time on, and then the married one is not available to you. Third-party things are low vibration, and as you go through this refination process, you want to kind of leave those things behind. Okay, so this is for Cassandra. He's a Gemini. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. Okay. There we go. Two of Wands. All right. So what I'm getting for you, Cassandra, is that, let's see. I don't know where his feelings are as of right now. Need some guidance. Okay. Maria, let me come back to you. 5 years is not that big of a deal. 5-year difference in ages, that's workable, doable. Don't worry about the 5-year difference. You can be older. That's probably a good thing. Okay, so for Cassandra, there's the feelings right there. That's a Knight of Cups, and look, there's a picnic, a love note, some wine, somebody on a white horse, and here we have this bouquet of red roses. So there's the feelings. Ace of Cups. But here's the problem. You got the Eight of Swords. And in this Eight of Swords, it may look all kind of like he's got everything together on the inside or on the outside, but on the inside, he is overwhelmed with some negative self-talk. He's, listening to chatter in his head. He's not able to express himself effectively, so he's feeling very turbulent inside emotionally. Can't seem to get his thoughts. So it's taking him a long time to kind of sort through all of this. But is there love there? Yes, that's what I'm getting. We have the twin, there could be a twin flame connection. Here we have the Four of Wands card. That's an indicator for me, but it's also a celebration. It's also stability. So I think once he sorts out his feelings and there's some sort of issue in trying to reconcile how he feels and how he thinks. It's like the mind and the heart are arguing with each other with this fella. And so, he's just kind of, he's definitely pulled away because he feels very torn inside. He's arguing with himself. I feel this way, but I don't know if this makes sense to me. Is this what I truly want? Is this what's in my best interest? And it looks like here you're the one waiting. You're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for him to communicate. Let's see what else. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, you feel like he's immature, Maria. Why don't we work on friendship first? Okay, he has, for Cassandra, he has the daughter and isn't available. Well, that's probably what this is all about. Is, he really has these powerful feelings for you, but is he doing the right thing? If he gets into a relationship with you, if he continues a relationship with you, is this what's right for his daughter? So we try hard to be respectful. Yeah. So here's the King of Cups. He's like really trying to control his feelings. He's trying to look like, I got this all under control. I'm not going to communicate emotionally. But inside, he's like all tied up. He's not quite sure. And you care about her? Nine of Swords. So he has a lot of anxiety. Yeah. Especially when it comes to his feelings. It's almost like he feels as though if he devotes anything to you, he's taken away from his daughter. And then we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy. And it's almost like, look at the vulnerable little lamb here. That's, I think, a feature here. Is his heart is really focused on his daughter. So how does he feel about you? I have every indication that he has deep, profound feelings for you. But yeah, Ace of Wands. Things may change once he kind of gets over this anxiety and learns how to deal with it. Don't wait. Live your life, but don't pine over this person, because that's just energy that is not going to serve you or the connection. Be out living your life, celebrating every day for you. And then he's going to need some time to sort all of these feelings out and his thoughts and get them into alignment, because that's where he's having difficulty. And that's why he hasn't, pushed the relationship. Okay. Yeah. But again, live for you right now. Live in your energy, focused on what's right for you and how you can cultivate joy in your life. Yeah. And the silence hurts. Of course it does. Especially if it's a deep soul connection or a twin flame. The separation always hurts, and the lack of communication can be devastating. But let's spend this Jupiter and retrograde energy focusing on the things that are really working in your life. Okay, so did we have everybody? Did I miss anyone? Okay, I think I got everybody. Good. Yeah. Okay. You are so welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your question. Let me get a drink of water. I love doing these live sessions with everybody because I really get to interact with you. It makes it so much fun. It makes it fun for me. Anybody else have some questions? I've got quite a few decks out here. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, I just need to make sure. I got to check my phone just for a second. And I want to look at this Jupiter, Pluto. Okay. When Pluto comes out of retrograde, goes direct, it's going to be in Capricorn. And Pluto comes to an end in Capricorn, and transformations can start to pick back up with your goals and direction. Pluto isn't in Capricorn for much longer, so you can start to wrap this cycle up as you move into the next one. So not only is Pluto going direct in Capricorn, but the moon is going to enter Aquarius the same day. So you want to give attention to your future. On the 11th, you want to start focusing on your future. So think about what you'd love to have happen What do you want to cultivate in your life? And then when this Jupiter's in retrograde, we're going to go through this process of what's working, what's not, and focus on what works, so that when we come out of this Jupiter retrograde and then Pluto goes into Aquarius, we're going to really be able to move that momentum forward. Does that make sense? So focus on that. Okay, let's see. Good. All right, I'm going to pull from the Soul's Journey, and let's just see about some other energies that's coming through. I see the Death card, and guilt. I have been hearing about a lot of people leaving, transitioning. Okay, some adversity. Challenges are the best way to learn. So if we face some challenges in the next couple of months, it's a learning curve. There's some envy. Something about challenges. We have 2 cards of challenges coming in. So and then courage. Yeah, we've been seeing that strength card coming through quite a bit. So you're going to need some courage to attend to some of these challenges that you have. But don't get into energy of being envious of somebody because they may not have the same challenges as you. And you're like, well, why did I get stuck with this and they don't? Just take the individual opportunity, because this is about individuality. You're going to see more individuality in this Jupiter retrograde. And as we come out on the other side, you're going to have these challenges are going to just be unique learning experiences. So they're going to help you refine your authentic self and your authentic truth. And so that's really important. So that's some of the things that you may come up with, be experiencing in this energy. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. It's just going to be kind of like step back and look at what's working in your life. There's the 9 of Swords. What's causing this adversity? What challenges are causing you anxiety, and why? And because if you look at them as a punishment or a detriment, then they're not going to be really learning lessons. There's the Queen of Swords. Yeah, that would be good. You can manage all of this, just don't overthink it. So when you are confronted with a challenge, don't overthink it. Just, just take one aspect at a time and then allow it to kind of develop into, what am I learning? There's the 5 of Cups with this envy. That's like some jealousy, and stay out of the low vibration energies. Oh, you are so welcome. And then 7 of Pentacles, yeah. Remember when I said whatever you sow, you will reap in these energies? This is, you see the seeds being planted. So be careful with your intentions. Be careful with what your actions are, because what you're going to sow is what you're going to reap. I mean, it's going to be like directly proportional. So, keep your intentions aligned with what it is you really truly want to manifest. Here we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, this to me is just watch where your mind goes. So for all of us, watch where your mind goes. If you start to get into some lower vibration thoughts, maybe some jealousy, some envy, some over analysis of a situation, and you just get caught up in it, this is a good time to just kind of look at everything and be just very honest with self. And that was and go back to the beginning of this video when I was talking about the Jupiter in retrograde. This is a time to communicate clearly with yourself. And that means be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. It's going to take some courage to do that. But, once you are willing to face and admit and have a conversation with yourself about what is your truth, and you refine that, you're going to feel like that alignment is so important, and you're not going to want to lose that. Does that make sense? Yeah, and here's the King of Pentacles. I think that this next process, I don't want to call it a stage or a phase. I think it's a process. This next process is really kind of pivotal and critical to us being able to really keep up with the energies after all these retrogrades at the beginning of the beginning of 2025. After that, things are going to speed up quite a bit. Okay, guys, does anybody have any more questions for me? I'm going to start looking at wrapping this up in a few minutes. Sure appreciate everybody being here. And just want to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. As for the timeline, do you have a projection of when he may reach out? We can pull a timing card. So I just want to thank all of my subscribers because, this is a small channel, and every interaction on my channel helps with the algorithm with YouTube, because small channels really don't stand a chance against, somebody that has millions of subscribers. So it makes it really difficult for, thank you, Victoria. Makes it really difficult for some of these smaller channels to get into the news feeds or suggested videos for others. So every time you like a video or hit that subscribe button, or even a comment in these lives or comments on videos, it helps with the algorithm. All right, Cassandra, for projecting, I have a Fool card. It's going to take a leap of faith. Fool is air energy, and that's Uranus. Usually that's like soon, but might have something to do. Hold on. When is Uranus going into retrograde? Because I think it's going to be after that. So I just had that in my notes. Yeah, Uranus is going to be in retrograde at the beginning of 2025. We're going to have Jupiter, Mars, and Uranus in retrograde. I don't think it's going to happen until after that, because that's going to be a review process for them. King of Pentacles. I'm going to say he's just going to sit on it for a while. I just don't feel like he's in a hurry. So definitely probably not until 2025. Okay, and then Five of Swords. I saw that at the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. We're still in this energy of trying to sort things through. So not going to be until after he sorts everything out, but probably not until after Uranus goes direct, after its next retrograde. Definitely. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you for all of your support and your kind words and participating in these lives. These are so much fun for me. I look forward to these. If there's another night that works better for people, let me know. Tuesday nights just kind of work for me because there's nothing going on Tuesday nights. But if there's another night that works better for people, just leave it in the comment, or comment in the video. You're very welcome. And just, if you need a personal read, send me an email. I can schedule that for you. And all that's in the description box. So let me know. And I think that's it. I will be talking more about, oh, thank you. I appreciate you too. Good. Thank you. I hope it helps. My job is to be of service. And let's see, I'm going to be talking a lot about the Pluto in Capricorn as it shifts into Aquarius, because I really think that's going to be a major, major deal. Oh, yeah. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. Check out some of those videos. If you're a twin flame, please check out that video series on twin flames. There are 3 so far. I think I'm going to end up with about 10, maybe not that many, maybe 7. But they're really informative about the twin flame journey, and it might make a lot of sense if you're struggling with the twin flame journey. So look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. We'll plan for next Tuesday night, but if there's another night that works, I actually have, I think, this weekend free. So I could do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night of this upcoming weekend. If we want to do this again, just leave me a comment. All right, you guys, bless you all. Thank you. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Love you.